Okie dokie, it is togging time. I have been thinking about this deck a little bit. Psychatog has kind of popped off online. It's like the new old hotness. Like, Svi has played it. It's one of the first decks that people want to try when they get into Premodern. And I've, of course, been, a Tog guy. I've actually never played blue-black Tog. And I think I'm going to continue to not play blue-black Tog. And the reason is, once I play a deck with 4 Gush and 4 Factor Fiction, I feel like I should just be playing 4 copies of Mox Diamond. Once I play 4 copies of Mox Diamond, I should just play the White Splash, right? For Swords of Plowshares, because Swords of Plowshares is just better than anything. I think it is possible that Duress is not what my Psychatog deck wants to be doing. I think that Duress and Counterspell or Counterspell effects do the same thing, and Counterspells just do it better in the context of the Psychatog deck. Now, true, you can turn one Duress away, somebody's Survival of the Fittest or Sylvan Library type thing, and that's good. But that angle seems like it is less important than being able to have a bunch of counterspells in your hand. I also was low-key inspired by Sam Black's Gush Tithe foil deck that just plays 4 foil, and I thought to myself, like, yeah, I mean, I guess if we're playing Gush and Factor Fiction and maybe Merchant Scroll, and that might be enough card advantage to justify playing 4 copies of foil. And I don't know, maybe I could trim like 1 foil for Duress. I kind of tweak things around, but I just want to see what happens. I think it's possible I might just like not find my Gushes and then not be able to support my foil, or I do have at this point, I mean, I got a ton of raw islands for sure. I have 11 raw islands plus the 4 Gushes, so I have basically 15 islands set up here. But who knows, maybe I might not even have an island in my hand for foil sometimes, because I have like a hand that's all fetch lands, because I have to play all 8 fetches, right? If I was just a 2-color deck, I could play 4 fetches instead of 8. So could this be like a blue-black Tog deck that just runs Mox Diamond instead of Underground River? I could see it. I could be convinced. But, I like being able to remove things on the battlefield, like artifacts and enchantments. So we'll kind of see what happens. I'm playing Merchant Scroll as like my 9th copy of the big card advantage. I was like thinking about Deep Analysis or, whatever. Flash of Insight is actually, what Dreadnought uses, but for Psychatog reasons, Flash of Insight is like maybe a little bit less good here. Honestly, I kind of still believe that Flash of Insight as like a little 2-part draw 2 is totally fine. And it kind of works like Merchant Scroll. It just helps you find your 1-ofs if your 1-ofs are important. And then I'm not playing Wonder, I'm playing Upheaval. Because I have Mox Diamond. Mox Diamond makes Upheaval better, and Foil makes Upheaval better. So if I'm going to do a big finish, I'm not going to use Wonder, I'm going to use Upheaval. And that has the added benefit of being like a pretty solid plan against Enchantress and whatever. So we'll see. I think there's some good ideas here. I think there's like, I don't know, it's probably going to be, I have to run like 22 lands, right? I have to like make every land drop until I cast Factor Fiction. So I'm like running 22 lands and 4 Portent, and I'm sort of trying to make that work. And I don't know if that's going to work, perfectly. I only have 2 Disenchants. I don't have the Gaia's Blessing engine, or not engine, but Gaia's Blessing idea from Sam's deck. Maybe this deck could also play a Scroll Rack. Maybe I'll play a Scroll Rack. I mean, I kind of like wanted a little bit more early interaction than just Swords, Plowshares, Disenchant, and Counterspell. Psychatog kind of counts as like a good way to shore up Swords, Plowshares, because you don't have to deal with every creature. Chain of Vapor could get awkward, but I figured I could Merchant Scroll for Chain of Vapor if I need. I mean, Chain of Vapor is honestly super awkward, because sometimes you'll just have a diamond, and then they can just be like, okay, well, I'll trade a land for a diamond just to slow you down. So, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm still building the deck. I'm gonna take out this Chain of Vapor, add the additional Force Spike. But Force Spike honestly seems kind of loose too, because I'm just adding it to interact early. But I don't know. I don't really know if I want to play like, you know, Mana League. I feel like 10 counters is like too many counters. I need to have like, you know, I need to have a few things that do a few different things. I could also just like move the Meddling Mages to the main deck. And I can also play a Null, of course, is a pretty reasonable thing. Or I can play Ops. I can just play more cantrips. So maybe I'll just give that a try. I'll just add the second Merchant Scroll, because I was feeling like 10's like a good number of like ways to get access to, you know, my big draw spells, since I'm super dependent on it. I'm playing 4 Mox Diamond, 4 foils. So if I see these Moxes and foils without seeing Factor Fiction and Gushes, then I'm super in trouble. So Merchant Scroll is going to help with that. And then it's kind of funny to run 1 Meddling Mage, but maybe that's fine. I was thinking I couldn't really run 4 because I don't have enough white sources to really support running 4. You know, or of course I can just play Sleight of Hand or Impulse, and those are good options. Or I could play Recoil or Boomerang, which, you know, I don't know, seems kind of like the coward's way. And I could also move the second Upheaval to the main deck, which would be a pretty interesting choice of like saying that more games are going to end in Upheaval than I think. I mean, it kind of feels like it's probably really excellent against lots of the slower decks, which is like half of Premodern. But yeah, I have no idea what I'm doing about the fast decks, right? I don't really have a great plan against Burn besides, you know, hopes and prayers. And to some extent, I mean, you know, Psychatog to block plus Swords of Plowshares plus Portent Hydroblast could probably help against goblins, but yeah, I don't know. I don't even know what I would do to like necessarily fix that though, because it's kind of just those kind of red decks. I mean, you know, red decks are going to be hard for your Tog deck to battle in general. I mean, Force Spike is good there. Force Spike is good against burning goblins. But okay, whatever. Miser Spike. We have to you know, shout out Kenji Samura. Try to be the master. All right. So sorry, this intro had some deck building. I thought I finished deck building, but then I like realized this Chain of Vapor was rancid, and I wanted more Merchant Scroll. So here we are. Yeah, I don't know. Seems like a fun way to take the deck, and you know, we're gonna be drawing lots of cards, so we'll see what happens. And I mean, the last thing this could be is an Ivory Tower, which I guess is plausible. We can try it out. It's kind of like tricky, but I like it. I like that it's 1 mana. I like that colorless means I can like kind of more likely use my like Plains or Swamp to cast it, so I can hold up all my blue cards. So we can try that, and then hopefully 4 Hydroblast is enough. Or we could just like go crazy and play. Well, so I'll have Blast, and then I'll also have Engineered Plague for goblins. So kind of gotta hope that that's enough. And hashtag believe. All right, let's jump into the league. All right, Q-Pop. It's late at night, but people still got the fire for some pre-modern jams. All right. Well, it's a keep. But obviously I don't like having my Upheaval in my opening hand. I'm just going to have that sit there for the entire match. So what are we trying to do? Portent into foil plus Island or White Source against my opponent's Tinker deck. Tinker or Delta Plowshares. Yeah, that's not good enough. Looking for some foils, right? Or some White Source. Come on. Okay, this is embarrassing. Okay, Sambo's Web. And my opponent turn 1 Via Trader, so that's good. And then now they're doing They're probably going to slow down. Oh, turn one. No colored sources. Hate to see a defense grid yet. I need that white source. Lotus Petal. I have 3 cards in hand. They can go Tinker Altar if they have exactly Tinker Altar mana source. Otherwise, I'm going to have to like try to Gush into Disenchant this defense grid. And like I'm going to need a Mox. Because I need to like Gush into Disenchant the defense grid. And okay, well this is, I mean this kind of doesn't, I mean it's annoying, but it doesn't really change too much. Well, it means I can't cast Disenchant for a while. I have a pretty hateful sideboard. All my Engineered Plagues, Meddling Mages, and Disenchant. I could even consider Hydroblast for Fling, but that seems like unnecessary. I haven't seen a City of Brass, a second defense grid. So we're gonna have to just kill my opponent, huh? I mean, I can just pitch all these counterspells, right? The only awkward thing is I'm really far away from casting Upheaval if I cast this Gush, but... Oh man, and I drew another Gush. So I don't even want to play this Mox. But I have 2 Disenchants. So I can Disenchant all the defense grids. Probably should Disenchant both defense grids and keep my opponent honest here. It's going to be a long journey, but we'll get there in the end. I'm going to also draw an island, right? And then draw foil. And then those things won't be bad. Yeah, I mean, they've got nothing going on. They probably have like half the combo or something. I don't know why my Cephalid Coliseum is still tapped. Oh, because it has an ability. Whoops. That's unfortunate. That's going to be pretty relevant. Enlightened Tutor, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go for the altar. 1, 2, 3 is Tinker. So they need a mana source for altar to do the thing, and then I need a mana source to hold a counterspell. Okay, no land Tinker, right? Just chill. I drew both my Disenchants, which is kind of a godsend. All right, land off the top, please. Portent. Portent my opponent. Make sure they don't draw a mana source. Oh wait, they have Tinker mana, so it doesn't matter. Oops. Okay, I fucked up. Should have portented myself, even though I have no outs. Right. I mean, yeah, I feel like they have Tinker in their hand. Oh, I did go with Ivory Tower. Wait. I thought I took this out at the last second. I don't know, it's probably fine. All right, let's see what they're working with. Impulses, Fling, Defense Grid. So they have Gemstone Mine. They have City of Brass. So they're probably going to play green. Probably going to go for the Xanted Swarm angle. Okay. They have Croesus Catacombs. Maybe they don't have Xanted Swarm. Xanted Swarm is pretty good. Let's just do this. So unlucky that that Cephalid that my Cephalid Coliseum got tapped down by Salvo's Web actually. Because then I would have had a counterspell up. I'm so unlucky. I don't even need Tog because I'm just killing him with Meddling Mage. Play 1. Logical Factor Fiction, Gush, Foil, Disenchant. Play Plowshares. Chant. Okay, so do I want to have outs to Xanted Swarm is the question. Because Disenchant is sort of useless. They don't have any They don't really have anything to disenchant besides Defense Grid. I just don't want to have too many counterspells in case... because they're just going to play Defense Grid and they're just going to be playing like Defense Grid and stuff. And Xantid Swarm. So if Xantid Swarm is fine, but then I have these 8 hate pieces, maybe I don't have to worry about it. I think I want all my card draw, right? Alright, this seems okay. I just need to like get Meddling Mage or Engineered Plague out. That's good enough. At least I get the shuffle. Important, I can find a foil maybe, and then like foil a Xantid Swarm, or find, obviously I could find a Mox Diamond, and Engineered Plague would be good. Alright, what have we got? Opponent's thinking. Alright, Mox Engineered Plague. I'm in. Oh wait, I don't need the Mox. Oops. Well, now that we're here, and I don't know, they have like Pyroblast mana up. Oh my god. I need to shuffle the... I was gonna shuffle if they had a Xantid Swarm. Because I don't need the I don't need the plow. Oh my god. What am I doing? It's gonna be so embarrassing to get this red blasted. I mean, so I guess pros name Rushing River here because Rushing River is how they deal with Engineered Plague most of the time. And it can deal, like if I name Tinker, it just kind of doesn't matter because they can Rushing River both. All right, hopefully they play Xantid Swarm and I look like a genius. If they end up going for Hoodwink or Chain of Vapor or something, I'm gonna be, I'll be mad, I guess. Can we draw some card advantage, please? All right, I attack a Meddling Mage. Opponent does nothing. Playing lands. Paying costs. Tangling the wires. It's kind of unfortunate that I have to... Well, it's not too unfortunate, but I do have to fetch so that I don't tap my fetches down and then get Sabblewebbed. Alright, I have a foil. That's pretty good. Alright, I attack with Meddling Mage. My opponent is getting tangled. I'm tapping stuff down. Play an island, and no reason not to. I mean, I guess I could hold double island so that I can foil plus Swords of Plowshares. Right, my opponent is tanking like every beginning combat phase, and it's I'm getting tired of it. I don't understand why they have to sit. Right, opponent has all the mana in the world. Okay, love to see a Gush. Honestly, Upheaval's like kind of funny against... Well, I'm never casting Upheaval, but... You know. That's just funny. Okay. Just don't mind me. Just casting a Gush. Just gushing. You can blast it if you want. I'm not really too invested in this Gush. At least show me that you have blast. I can like bring in my Hydroblast. Okay, what should I do? Merchant Scroll for some interaction? Merchant Scroll for a foil or something? Merchant Scroll for another Gush? Merchant Scroll for a Fact or Fiction? I have a foil in my hand. I'm about to cast a Portent. I could also just grab a Counterspell. Like just counter the next important thing. But Gush seems kind of fine. I don't like my opponent having perfect information. 5 cards in hand, they need to cast 2 to win, so I have 3 relevant cards in hand. I think we could just grab a Fact or Fiction. It's like not a bad way to put this one to bed. Another foil and then 2 disenchants. Sure. Even though I can cast a Disenchant, there's nothing to Disenchant right now, and having the second foil is pretty good. I could have also shuffled, but I have double foil just in case things go crazy. This could also be their moment. They could just like wait to go boom boom. So I always have to be careful about that. I'm just trying to protect this Engineered Plague with my life. Pyroblast the Meddling Mage. Well, foiling this Pyroblast is the same as foiling the next thing, right? And I want my okay, they can have it. I can't Rushing River now because oh no, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. Do they play a land? No, not yet. Also, I should be willing to fight Pyroblast here. So they can Rushing River, and they can go for it with 0 mana left, and then I'll just have a foil. And after I foil, I can just recast the Engineered Plague. Okay, I'll draw Disenchant. Do I have enough gas? Do I have enough juice? Not really, huh? I just have 1 counter against their 4 cards. 2 of them are combo pieces. So they have combo plus 1 more protection. So they have to have Rushing River plus. There we go, Rushing River. I can counter that. They can protect. Yeah, so they have to have it all. And I can start disenchanting things as well. Kind of interesting spot, I suppose. Okay. Trying to set up all the mana in the world. They're playing Rushing River at instant speed with Kicker. Alright, so they have... So it's better for me to counter this Rushing River because if they have double combo, like if they go like Alter, I let it resolve, and then they go Tinker, Tinker, Alter, Tinker plus Tinker. So I should fight this. If their last 3 cards are Counterspell, like Pyroblast into combo, then GG's. And thanks for 7-minute differential. Sure looks like that's what's about to happen. Well, I guess I should have cast Factor Fiction, had them like 1 force, like have them do like a crazy split or something. And they did split their Pyros and Rebs, that's kind of cool. So, very relevant against Meddling Mage. What else did they have? Okay, well, I'm glad I correctly named Rushing River. They have Intuition. They just have they just literally drew enough cards. Let's see what this split looks like. So I could main phase this. Get 1 for the Gush, I guess. I guess I could have main phased it and then played Meddling Mage. Okay, well, should have tried harder. Probably, or I also could have just Merchant Scrolled for a Counterspell. Because I never cast that stupid, I never cast the Factor Fiction, so that's pretty, yeah, I could just Merchant Scroll for a Counterspell. I wanted a card that could like get me a Meddling Mage. All right, Eightfinity. Sure. A little awkward to have a hand with no card draw, but what am I supposed to do? Try to get Portent on top of my deck every single time I play? I shouldn't have lost to Devour though. That's kind of rough. Maybe I really do have to just be a Xerox deck. I could play, I guess 2 Impulse is not the worst in the world. I think like one of my ideas is that Impulse is simply not a good card is the problem. But I guess I'm playing Merchant Scroll, so I'm like, Island go. Alright, dress away. Alright, Moolah Blah Black. Alright, they go for the Merchant Scroll. They fear they fear what I can do with it, which is basically get Factor Fiction. But I have cleverly used a different technique to get Factor Fiction into my hand. So unfortunately, I do have to counter a Withered Wretch, right? Or Dryad's Verdict. I guess I could just like let a Dryad's Verdict resolve. I don't know. Probably not. Just be awkward. Awkward no matter what. Alright, they don't want to get something counterspelled. Skeletal Scrying for 1, Eternal Dragon for 1, Duress, Counterspell, Gerard's Verdict. Or just like dressing through their Gerard's Verdicts. That does not concern me at all. I kind of don't want to get my planes vindicated. It's actually kind of a low-key relevant thing. Or am I a swamp? Interesting. But obviously an island in hand is better for my foil deck, but now I'm at the point where I'm just hard casting foil. Verdict into plane cycling. The verdict. Alright. If my swamp gets vindicated, how bad is it? How bad is it versus like if I draw a Psychatog off this Factor Fiction? Alright, Counterspell or foil? Which one do I like? Also, I have to not get Decree of Justice, huh? Decree of Justice is pretty good against whatever. And my plan is also Upheaval as well. Alright, please just it's not that deep. People are killing me today. The sort of proof that well, I have been criticized in the past for my slow play, and granted on this YouTube channel I have had some clock differentials, but I think it's like especially tough when people are like, they don't have any, I mean the decisions aren't like that intense, you know, but can't blame them, I guess. Factor Fiction splits. But yeah, it's like if I ever wanted to play this in a long tournament and like worry about going to time, you know, it'd be like a whole thing. Skeletal Scrying for Decree for 1. Okay, well, unfortunately for me, their deck kind of generates continuous value, and my deck only generates sort of like, you know, whatever. But my plan is to cast Upheaval and win the game, so. They're also notably playing the Nassif version of this deck, so Upkeep, Dragon, they attack, foil. I have to foil the dragon. That's so bad. I really don't want to foil the dragon, but I'm not gonna like draw the Plowshares. And I can't block it with Psychatog. They don't go for the dragon. Interesting. How many islands do I have left in my deck? They're just gonna grind some planes, huh? Well, at least my Upheaval plan is good against their grinding planes plan. Unless, of course, I, like, show the Upheaval. Or, like, I get the Upheaval in the Factor Fiction split. Like, Upheaval and Psychatog are in the same Factor Fiction split. That would be awkward. Instead, it's, like, Gush and Psychatog, so that's pretty good. I will take probably all the card draw. I mean, I'll take... If these two end up in the same pile, I'm taking them, right? Do they have like an answer for Ivory Tower? That's why they're 4-1ing it or something. And this is a lot of card draw, and I have fetches in play. Like I'm not about to just like let my Psychatog just get Plowshared without, you know, any discussion. Portent into more Portents, draw a Portent. Ivory Tower is probably just getting disenchanted, right? So do I want my Factor Fiction to contain Portent Mox is the question. I think my answer is I'm just gonna take advantage of the fact that I have all these fetch lands. Shuffle away the Mox. Portent up. See a Psychatog and a Disenchant. Draw the Psychatog. Shuffle. I guess a White Island. My opponent's also sort of asleep at the wheel. They just passed the entire turn and didn't pick up Eternal Dragon. Were they preparing for war? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 is a good number for Upheaval, Psychatog. Alright, so I don't really need a Disenchant, huh? So should I let them be Factor Fiction chaff, or should I try to like dig closer? I think I should let them be Factor Fiction chaff, because I'm kind of like protecting. Now I have to take the Psychatog? I don't know, that's a Factor Fiction. That's a Factor Fiction and a foil? I mean, a foil is basically the same thing as taking a Psychatog, because Psychatog is just going to trade with Plowshares, and so foil is also trading with Plowshares. I also got to cast the Factor Fiction right away. Isn't that awesome? Maybe it's not awesome. I can't even like have the Factor Fiction. I'm like just getting hand sized here. Oh, Mox is nice. Is it nice? Why is it nice? Portent. There's the Upheaval. Okay, we can just do that. Okay, Gush. Mox. Pitch. Swamp. Tap this for planes, I guess. Cast Upheaval for floating. 60 card pickup. Alright. Play an island. Play Mox Diamond. Pitch an island. Play a Psychatog. And play a Psychatog. Okay. Well, that was the plan. And it worked. Okay, so what's the deal? Ivory Tower is actually kind of like okay, but just because like I'm gonna gain life, and gaining life gains a lot of time, but I still kind of need to grind. And I know they bring in some Phyrexian Arena action. I honestly need Plowshares for Eternal Dragon, but they don't have a lot of Eternal Dragons. I have like 2. And I have Decree. And I kind of want an Engineered Plague Naming Soldier for that reason. Yeah, Meddling Mage is kind of tricky because you play it and then you can like name Vindicate or whatever, but you can never attack with it into their Decree mana until I establish the thing. Come on, Disenchant, get out of my face. Alright, well, I think they should have cast Eternal Dragon to make me work harder. And I think they should have floated mana in response to Upheaval. I guess I don't need like tons of Psychatogs if my whole game plan is just to set up Psychatog into Upheaval. So awkward, Engineered Plague, because I kind of need to play it like after, like, and it's like, I don't know. They have 4 Decree of Justice. I know the game is going to go long. Don't really want my stuff like discarded is the problem. My Plowshares is just so bad. I guess they have the Undead Gladiator as well. The thing is, my Togs get Plowshared a lot. Maybe I just play all 4 Togs and just like let them get Plowshared. It's like I like don't need to. It's like funny. I'm only using Counterspell so I can counter duresses, so that I can protect Upheaval or whatever. But they kind of don't matter. Whatever. 61 card special. I mean, I'm not mulliganing this hand. Turn 2 Psychatog actually gets me like literal nothing though. Like literally does nothing. Phyrexian Furnace, okay. You're a genius. My plan is to cast Upheaval. And I will be able to deal 20 damage with Upheaval even against Phyrexian Furnace. I promise you. But yeah, if you duress me now, I'm gonna be mad. We're gonna be very strategical about their duresses. Portent. You play Counterspell. I'm gonna shuffle this one. I guess I could just take in like just the Counterspell. It's probably fine. to not have Counterspell. I guess I needed the Counterspell because they can play Phyrexian. They can play stupid Phyrexian Arena next turn, which would leave me cooked. But hate to have my Mox Diamond blown up before anything interesting happens. Are they doing the thing where they just are resolving their Gerard's verdict? Let's see. Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, their deck has Cabal Therapy. So I just kind of have to play Psychatog now that they know it, because they're just going to name it with Cabal Therapy, and then there's nothing I can do there. They can Vindicate. That's fine. All right. Who's going to win? The Gush Factor Fiction deck or the Skeletal Scrying deck? But yeah, Arena would just F me up. Arena would get me. No, have to be worried about that kind of stuff. Okay, my opponent is land going. I forgot to hardcast Gush, but it's okay. Doesn't make too big of a difference if I do it later. Oh, I don't even remember when they pitched that Eternal Dragon. That was on turn 2. Right, well, double Portent, Upheaval, Tog, Gush, and I have the Diamond. Those are all excellent, excellent freaking cards. Okay, looks good to me. I mean, I guess the only problem is I don't have the foil. I really want the foil. But I guess if they tap out for, I should, well, I have to cast the Gush, so I can't Portent them. They're just spinning that dragon. Maybe Upheaval Tog is not even gonna work. Because it actually isn't enough damage. Well, I could always hold the Gush, right? And then that would kind of like get more stuff in the graveyard. I really just need to draw Factor Fiction to kind of like put a little extra junk into the trunk. And then once that happens, they're cooked, right? There's the foil. Okay, well, no time like the present. I have a land drop. I have a Mox Diamond. I don't know. This is going to be so interesting if this freaking doesn't work because of the Phyrexian Furnace. That'd be actually kind of a joke. Right. Well, there's a Factor Fiction and a Merchant Scroll, so why don't I take both of those? Okay, got him. This isn't even lethal. This is 12. This is 15 damage. They just don't want to play Magic anymore. It's not even lethal. Phyrexian Furnace is so good against me. I thought I taunted them. I was like, "Oh my god, your Phyrexian Furnace clan is so bad against my Upheaval clan. Upheaval's not even lethal." I would have killed them after I cast Factor Fiction though, so there's that. Also, did they not just not have Swords of Plowshares? Alright, on the play against Storty. Another one of those fine hands. Alright, so the Nassif Sewers deck, I don't know if I need to be too proud of my mono card draw deck, and like also if it was Nassif, he would have won a situation. So, alright, so I kind of can choose my own adventure here and decide if I want to shuffle away the plains. Alright, Vet Explorer, Treetop Village. My opponent is feeling raucous. Alright, plains, Portent itself. Ivory Tower foil. I don't really need foil against a grindy mid-range deck, right? I'm just looking for like Psychatogs and stuff. Pass. Draw a card. Gush is good. It's always good. Can't complain. I'm so ready for my opponent to give me 2 basic lands. That just sounds delightful. Merchant Scroll for Fact or Fiction here, right? Seems good enough to me. Plains. Uh-oh. We've got plains. We are continuing. Play the swamp. Right. 7 cards in hand for my opponent. It's pretty good. And Triple Treetop Village is honestly also quite good. Right? They don't want to run their Veteran Explorer into Decree of Justice. Right? There's 2 Psychatogs, a Gush, and a Counterspell on Mox Diamond. Well, I guess I'm taking 2 Psychatogs. Because what's better than 1 Psychatog? Plowshares away. No Plowshares, huh? This Veteran Explorer has to be paired with Cabal Therapy. No. Oh, this is paired with Natural Order. In case they like randomly show up to the party with blue mana, I guess I should probably counterspell this. Natural Order Veteran Explorer. Yes, please. I'll take 2 basic lands. Thank you very much. Grab 2 swamps. They do indeed have swamps. Should expect that from what we saw. Should I just be an Upheaval deck? Like, should I just have the 2 Upheaval as main deck because everyone's just playing decks that I can Upheaval against? There's the Duress. They're holding priority with the Duress. I'll go for Counterspell here. Smother. Okie dokie. Alright, let's Gush. Okay. Portent. Okay. I mean, I'll take a foil. This hand. Psychatog. Oops, overtapped. Okay, that's fine. Draw a card. Go for Cabal Therapy. Cabal Therapy resolves. Man, I should have tucked the foil. It's okay though. Mana Leak. They name Mana Leak. They can pay for Mana Leak with any one of their spells. Surely. Wall of Blossoms. Trigger on the stack. Plow it. Gonna have to work for those therapies. Guess it doesn't really make a difference. I don't know. Hard to say. Good for the animate. Okay. Let them therapy. While holding priority. That resolves. They name foil. When I shuffle Gush and good for them. But yeah, if I tucked the Gush, it would have been pretty funny. Or tuck the foil, it would have been pretty funny. That was the Vindicate? I mean, style points for Vindicate for sure. Oh, just a deed? Aren't you dead? 8. 9. Draw step. Draw step 5. Gush. 9. 9 hand, 18 graveyard, so it's 9 plus 13. That's enough. Okay, you have a deed. I'm Gushing. Oh, well, it's a good thing I can kill them because I was not doing much else this game. Nine plus 12 is what it is. What turn is it? It's turn 8, and I have a lethal Psychatog. Hopefully I did the math right. Okay. That hurt my soul a little bit. Right, Duress Therapy, natural order, huh? Pernicious Deed. Well, I guess I need a nulls. Mage naming Pernicious Deed gets held off by manlands. That doesn't work. Disenchant your Pernicious Deed. Doesn't work. Engineered Plague. Maybe they have their own Decree of Justice. They're doing that kind of thing. Yeah, I don't know. Doesn't work. Alright, let's keep for me, dog. I guess Mox Diamond's really bad against Deed, but what are you gonna do? Dress. Wild Therapy. The hit. I can go for the flashback and find my Factor Fiction next. Nothing I can do about it. At least I'm drawing heat. Okay. Yeah. Shuffle, play an island, pass the turn. Pass the turn. Oh, no land drop. GG's. Right. And Mox pitching island. Delta. Maybe Delta. I actually could pull all the lands out of my deck because of their Veteran Explorers. You know, Pernicious Deed is actually a huge pain in the ass because I can't actually force them to blow it up unless I like play a Tog and just attack with them one by one. This is a classic take whatever 3 pile. Oh, I still have the Disenchants in my deck. Never mind. I can force them to blow it up. Okay, 2 foils or a bunch of utility spells. I think I'm taking the foils. Draw a card. And we will Merchant Scroll for... Guess I'll chill on the Merchant Scroll because I want to cast Merchant Scroll and Factor Fiction in the same turn. Pernicious Deed. I guess I'll just foil that. There's an Upheaval. Give me a Factor Fiction, please. 1 Factor Fiction for the lady. Well, my 10 giant card draw spell deck is, yes. Yes. I mean, they've got Cabal Therapy, so it is what it is. But, I mean, if I fact, I can draw another foil or a Gush. Well, they don't know about the Gush, right? So, or they do know about the Gush. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Alright, I'll just cast foil. Well, I mean, if I'm going to miss my land drop, I might as well cast Factor Fiction. I do have an Upheaval in my hand, after all. Oh, heck yeah. Come to Papa. Come to Papa. Alright. We are living the dream against my Abzan mid-range opponent. Yeah, Veteran Explorer. Veteran Explorer might get there. Alright. I have a Counterspell, so we're all protected against natural order. Opponent giving us a little bit of business. But we're digging. We are digging. This Cephalid Coliseum right there is what dreams are made of. But yeah, this is increasingly becoming the Upheaval combo deck, which is kind of funny. Gamekeeper, when this creature dies. Gamekeeper into Penumbra Bobcat, sure. Any Psychatogs? There we go. 1, 2, 3. Factor Fiction. Come to Papa, second Mox Diamond. Papa cannot be trusted. Yeah, I'll take a couple foils since the plan is to cast Upheaval here. Do I need to plow anything? No, don't think so. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom, boom. Togo. Bitch and Island and yep. Upheaval Psychatog. Let's go, let's go. I mean, I'm having fun, sort of. I'm not having fun. I'm like, my deck is so boring. All I do is counter a few spells, like draw some cards. I don't know. It's like sad. I'm not impressing anyone, you know? I'm not impressed. I'm not impressing myself. But, yeah, I mean, God, I shouldn't have lost to Devour. I'd be 3-0 right now. So bad. All right. So it's okay. It's okay. I actually punted. I was like, I'm too sleepy. So, yeah, but we'll see what the next round holds. Well, let's keep playing. Here's an interesting one. I can foil on turn 1. I'm just getting dressed, though. I have played 3 straight black mid-range decks in a row. This better be friggin' Hermit. This better be either Angry Hermit or HFEB, or else I'm just quitting. I'm just going next. I can't do it anymore, man. I'm just sitting here, I'm just playing black decks over and over again. I'm just getting dressed Cabal Therapy. 100 turns later, I cast Factor Fiction. Merchant scrolling for a Gush. I don't even care. I mean, I guess I could have, like, counterspelled the deed and then... I don't even know. Or counterspelled, like, a Recurring Nightmare or whatever. Birds. Okay. Not a deed deck. Or if it is, it's less good. Dress. Why is Magic Online holding priority to your own spells from these people a lot? Alright, do I have to resolve this Gush? I go up to 9 cards, then I go up to 10, then I play an island. So I just like Gush foil this or I do nothing. I guess I should have held up Counterspell. Whatever. I mean, they didn't cast Arrest on turn 2. Take the Gush, whatever. I drew an island anyways because I'm a bulla. So now we're just sitting here. And Wall of Blossoms are getting cast. And nothing's going to happen for a while. Oof, yeah. Okay, well. Let's draw some cards eventually. We're going to get hit by a treetop village. Un village du treetop. Dusty Bee. Good thing I don't play non-basic lands. Oh my god, give me something. Oh my god, give it to me. That's their plan. Let's go Spiritmonger into Recurring Nightmare? No, come on. I would have just waited for the next... Well, I guess you can't wait for the next Arrest because I have 4 counterspells in my hand. But what was it called? Cabal Therapy would do it. Another one. Oh yeah, this is just the 4 Spiritmonger, 4 Deranged Hermit deck. Deranged I could have let go because Psychatog can contain Deranged. But... And then gosh, no land, not even a Portent. Cabal Therapy, it's all yours. Well, see you later, hand. I should just move on, but unfortunately, well, they have 2 treetop villages. I don't know if I put, oh, I have 2 Psychatogs in my hand. Yeah, I should move on. Well, that's fine. Yeah, that top deck Cabal Therapy is pretty good, huh? Whatever. It's fine. I can beat this. Technically, we're 2 cards against 2 cards. They're just getting value from their mana base. And I was like mana screwed, right? I'm 15 cards deep and I have 3 total lands. It's not really fair, if you ask me. They drew 3 Wall of Blossoms is their best card. Well, they drew 100 Birds of Paradise too. They were just flooded out. Alright. Alright. The comeback has begun. Although I'm taking 6 damage a turn, so I'm done in 3 turns. I have to find a Black Source and a Psychatog. Okay, so I needed to hold up Counterspell for the duress, and then Merchant Scroll for Gush main phase, or not Merchant Scroll for Gush main phase, counter the next duress. Something of the sort. I'm not fully sure. I mean, that's interesting. So I take 6, and then whatever. But Mox Diamond is actually, it's interesting because Portent can help me fulfill my needs, right? But Mox also helps me because I need to open my range up to drawing Psychatog, and I could even like Upheaval my way out of this, and also Swords of Plowshares. So I think I take the 4. Okay, well there's the Swords of Plowshares mana anyways. Should I threaten it? Should I just sit? I think I should just actually just play the island, because I should play a land, because I could draw Upheaval. If I draw Upheaval, I need to have the land drop and a Mox or something. Actually, it doesn't matter. Right, whatever. I might need 2 colored sources. 2 treetop villages is a lot better than 1, that's for sure. Alright, so if Merchant Scroll was Impulse though, I would just like counter. Yeah, I think Merchant Scroll was my like original sin. Can they activate? They go activate, activate, activate. They can activate all 3 trees. That's kind of unfair. Okay, well I guess we didn't beat this Blackburn Rank deck. No disenchants, please. I'm just gonna like Engineered Plague naming Bird or Meddling Mage naming Pernicious Deed is the question. Or all of the above. Don't play Ivory Tower or something. I need those deep analysi. It's fine. I don't even think they're playing Deed though. I don't know. I kind of need the disenchants because I can't. Well, no, my plan is to Upheaval if they have a Deed in play. But they don't. They might not have Deed. But I can also just like Meddling Mage and Cabal Therapy is like super reasonable. I've played Meddling Mage against black-green decks before. I think they're relevant sometimes. It's like so bad because they have the walls though, so they just like they don't disco. Whatever. I'm gonna end up naming like Ape with this Plague or something. Naming Bird is like useless because, like as you saw, they're just gonna flood out anyways. They might even just like board out Bird because they're not interested. Maybe they're like the Phyrexian Arena version, or like something. Maybe they have Deed. Birds points to like no Deed. So Meddling Mage is basically just a spell, not an attack. I can name Squirrel. Sometimes name Squirrel. Everything's bad. Both of these choose a creature type, name a card cards are not very good. Just click buttons. Also, Mox Diamond's horrible. I guess I'll play Meddling Mage because if they do it, I have to name Deed because Deed just wrecks me. It's like sometimes I can name some other anyways. I could even consider taking the draw. Okay, what's happening here? I go land Mox. Land Mox pass. No, I want to pitch the Mox to foil. That's like my ideal world, right? Even though I'm getting whatevered, getting duressed. And I'll just like play a turn 2 Psychatog because it's just good to have a Tog. Okay. So we go Plowshares, Psychatog, and then I don't have 2 islands, and Foil's dead, and Plowshares doesn't actually save anything. Probably don't do that. There's another island, so I can I can fetch a Plains. I can also relax. I don't need to, I don't really need to play a Mox Diamond. Because I can, I like Mox Diamond because I can fetch a bunch of islands, but I think I'd rather pitch it to foil and have all my resources available. They do have Deed. Well, turn 2 Deed, huh? There's a Gush. Let's see. So I just put Psychatog and then what? It just dies, probably? Is that the end of the world? Well, awkward spot to Gush, but you have to do it. I can therapy Plowshares now, but I mean, I still got deeper into my deck, right? Oh, just Edict? Okay. Whatever. Yeah, a bunch of birds, huh? Or just bird up. I have to foil a Walrus Stronghold. Their last card is a 5-drop. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Oh, it's just a Baloth. I'm chilling. I can't foil this anyways because they can just Walrus it back. So unfortunately, it's just stuck. Delta. So what could I have done differently? I could have gone Plowshares the bird on turn 1. Yavimaya Elder. Yeah, it's pretty grindy. I think it's over for me. Because this Walrus Stronghold, so now I have to go straight into the Upheaval plan. So yeah, so I could have plowed the bird on turn 1, then I could have played Psychatog, and then I could have hardcast foil. If I like had the read on their exact, like their exact line of business. I don't think that's ideal. If I knew I was going to draw all these lands, I would not have, I would have considered foiling the Ravenous Baloth as well. And then also, should I have like just grabbed white anyways, knowing that I'm like a few white sources down, and then just like let myself cast a Gush in the future turn? It would have gotten addressed, but that's not the end of the world. Right, and then they should pick up the Baloth, and then they attack for 4, and then I play a Psychatog ideally or something, and then or like a Plowshares, then I take 4 again, and then they go for the plow. Oh, they have double creature. Okay, so that's they can cast everything. Well, that's actually fine. It would have been better if they kept the Yavimaya Elder on the board, because I would have been down to 6, and then 1 blocker wouldn't have saved them. Withered Wretch. Yeah, that's fine. I do have a Psychatog. Okay, well. They can just flashback Chainers, though, right? Okay. It's actually over. Okay, Boise, you got me. My mono card draw deck cannot beat Spiritmonger Rock with flooded out every game. Alright, Polyarity. Okay. This is one of those extremely unsure spots. So I hold turn 1 Counterspell, but I turn off my turn 2 Gush. This is also the reason why this deck can't run like 18 lands, right? Because this hand needs to have 3 lands in it no matter what. But we have to go for value here, because if we go turn 1 Mox and then we go pass and then we just lose, it's like we have to draw a land, even though I can't. I'm like cutting myself off having Swords of Plowshares or Counterspell on turn 1. Luckily, my opponent is it's also in the slow business, so we can enjoy that. But now we also have to resolve these stupid Delta activations. I'm kind of frozen here. Oh, it's Mental Note. Oh, it's a combo deck. Yeah, I don't have Stifle, right? Cool. I forget which one. I think it's like the weird Dream Halls deck that plays this card. This is one of the rare times where I basically am not as aware of like how the deck I'm facing functions, because I've never played against this before, nor have I studied the deck list. I just knew that there was like a combo deck it has this Diabolic Vision card. And I think it was like Dream Halls, but it can't be Dream Halls with all these cantrips. So I think it's like, is it a Buried Alive deck? Possibly. But it's also playing Mental Note, so it wants to play Cabal Ritual, so maybe I'm just back to this being Iggy Pop. Just Iggy Pop with Diabolic Vision, which is like, I guess it's a fine card to play. It's like marginally better than Impulse. Urza's Bauble is also a weird one. I really don't understand why that's being adopted into Iggy Pop. Is Windstorm really like valuable a card? It's an island. I think I continue passing because the Psychatog is not going to kill them, so. And I really want to Gush with my land drop available. And I want to have like maximum counterspells up because their plan is to like defeat counterspells. Intuition. But counterspell the Intuition here. I have to counterspell like Cunning Wish. Intuition for triple Ig is like fine, right? Because just doesn't matter. I guess they could Intuition for like super grindy cards. So I could stop the setup, but I have so many cards in hand. I counter all the Cunning Wishes. Let me think. Because they could set up some super grind. I don't know. I kind of want to see what they get. Because if it's triple Egg, like it's triple Egg a lot of the time, and then, whatever, who cares? I'll let the Iggy Pop players sound off in the comments if I'm supposed to not let Intuition resolve. But like, it's obviously it's good setup for them, but it's like they need double setup because they need to, in order for them to be counterspells, they have to wish for Arm's Chant. But yeah, I have a feeling they're going to grab like Deep Analysis plus something, and then that's really good for them. It's like, good by comparison for them. They just want a Lotus Petal. They just need another source. So this is a Ill-Gotten Gains deck. I thought I was playing against something spicy, but in fact, the tell was just Mental Note, so that they can get Threshold. Right, so they have a Lotus Petal in their hand. They know about one counterspell. Lotus Petal resolves. Should counter the Lotus Petal because it was so important to them. LED. Alright. They could go for just like a super Brain Freeze out, but like it's really funny if they Brain Freeze me, I just play Psychatog and they're dead. I just need to make sure not to play too many spells on accident. Okay. Nothing. Nothing from the Peanut Gallery. Second counterspell. Gush, land drop, Mox. Interesting. Gush, land drop, Mox. I'll have 2 floating. I'll have the land drop and I'll have the Mox. I'll have 4 in play. So I hold double counterspell up, but I can't put the Psychatog on the battlefield. So if I can't use the Gush mana, I shouldn't Gush, right? I think that's the rule. So I need like 1 more land in play. And my land drop available. Intuition again. Okay. I keep fearing that this is going to F me up because they can just like get a flashback spell and a like spell that's good against counter spells. But I don't think that they can. If they get Duress, it's like good, but it's not that good. But I think people are big non-Duress gamers. Polluted Delta. Why do they want the Polluted Delta so bad? Can't they just get another card that draws cards here? I guess I should have thought about gushing, like putting Psychatog on the battlefield, because I might actually start doing lethal count. I have double Gush. It's like actually sometimes lethal, but I fear that that is not correct. And I think I can pretty much stop any shenanigans with 2 counter spells, which is actually kind of funny, right? Because we're on turn 5 against a combo deck. They've basically filtered their whole deck. And they're like, they're 30 cards deep. They should be able to beat 2 counterspells, right? But Ill-Gotten Gains is such an awkward deck. It doesn't always have a good way of dealing. There's the island I was looking for. So 15 damage lethal with Psychatog. I gotta wait 2 more turns. It's pretty dangerous. It's possible I needed Psychatog on the battlefield, whatever, but they know about one counterspell, they don't know about the second, but they kind of have to also imagine that I have the next counterspell. So it's always hard to say. And also at this point, I could like Gush and they can go like ritual, brain freeze in response, or double brain freeze in response, but I haven't cast any merchant scrolls and the brain freezes would have to be main, so it's kind of interesting. Cards, island. Play a Mox. I'm thinking about what I should discard to Mox. Is there ever a world in which I'm gonna put all this stuff in my graveyard? Or need white mana? Don't really know. Not gonna think too long about it. It's like probably possible I could eke out like slightly more value, but I don't think it's necessary. But yeah, I think I might just get like vanilla brain freezed and then that would be a problem. So I think I'm trying to deal 15 damage this turn, and then maybe they have so much mana they can just go. They might be able to cast 3 Cunning Wishes, or I just like counter all the Cunning Wishes, and then I have to get. Oh shit! I forgot to counter this. That's okay. I'm in the middle of talking. Okay, they're angling, and unfortunately, the angle is that they just put Beast Attack into their hand, and then they can win with Beast Attack. So I actually completely threw this game. Yeah, that was bad. That was horrible. That was like rancid. Because they can just do Beast Attack now. I guess they can't do Beast Attack because they don't have enough green. But they actually have enough green from City of Brass. So it's actually a joke. So I have to counter all the acceleration. Like, what am I doing? I have to counter, let's see, if they go like Dark Ritual, that resolves. And then, I don't know. I guess I don't know. This is so bad for me. I should have never given them the window. God damn it. Not Beast Attack though, Hunting Pack, of course. All right, well, I'm cooked. Here comes Lotus Petal, Urza's Bottle, Mama, Hunting Pack, GG's. Although they have 7 cards in hand, so like I can beat 7 beasts, right? I can't, because 6 times 4 is more than 20. Well, I can attack. They're forced to block with 1, and then I Plowshares the other, and I still die. So I need double Plowshares. All right, I just let them cast their whole hand then. Obviously, they might have some card draw spells. Let's see. So if I counter all the Cabal rituals, counter Cabal ritual, they have 3 black sources though. They don't have second swamp. So I go, this is a black source, Cabal ritual, it doesn't work. This is a black source, Cabal ritual, it doesn't work. So actually I just need to counter 2 rituals and then counter this ritual, and they don't actually have 7 mana left over for Beast Attack or Hunting Pack. Okay, I've got the plan. Yeah, they're gonna do it at the end on my end step. Okay. Oh, they can do it in response to Factor Fiction? That's interesting. I guess they could like Intuition. No, that doesn't work. Well, they can Intuition for Ill-Gotten Gains and then whatever. Okay, well, I think we've come to similar conclusions here about what is possible. Mox. Are they gonna go for Ice? Am I getting iced? I do not support ice, by the way. Alright, what do I do? Counter 2 rituals? And just like believe that they don't have a second swamp in their deck. This deck doesn't run 2 swamps, right? I'm gonna hinge my entire life on whether or not my opponent has an additional swamp. Can they go ritual and then just hard cast Beast Attack here with 7? Just counter 2 rituals, right? Well, Dark Ritual can resolve. No. Because they can have too many rituals. They can go Intuition, hold... No, they can't use Lion's Eye Diamond with the Hunting Pack in their hand. Alright. This is the way. This is the dumbest way for me to win this game. This stupid Cunning Wish should have never resolved. Well, so if I counter 2 rituals, though, can't they Cunning Wish for a bounce spell? Oh, boy. They're like, what about Cabal Ritual? Okay. Black mana out. Or ritual. Okay, counterspell that, and then hope that there's a foil on top of my deck. So they're out of Hunting Pack mana, but they do have Cunning Wish. All right, how many pumps? I have a land drop and a Mox. Start with Gush. I do have a foil. Okay, well, I'm all in, baby. Okay, how many pumps? So I need a lot, and I need these. I need these 3 cards left in my hand afterwards. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. One short. Oh my god. Oh my god. I don't have foil backup. Okay, I have a plan. I'm gonna put them to 1. I have 5 cards left to hand. And they can't cast Beast Attack with their City of Brass if I put them down to 1. I guess we should make sure we did, like, maybe we did the math wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm exactly 1 off. This is so sad. All right, so what do? Do I try to kill them? Because if they had interaction, they would have like used it. Or do I do this? They can't cast Beast Attack, and they can't go for Brain Freeze. I have 40 cards in my library. They have 5 cards in hand, and they have to use Ill-Gotten Gains if they want to do any kind of looping. Oh, I also need to delete the Gush in my graveyard. So all this is turned off. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've countered 2 rituals. That's all they have to work with. They go Ill-Gotten Gains. I foil. They can't even Beast Hunting Pack. I think this is right. I should have never let stupid Cunning Wish resolve. All right. You're at 1. See if this was an oopsie. I'm also like letting on that I have foil on my deck, which is not ideal. LED. Cabal Ritual. Add green. Ill-Gotten Gains. Ooh, add green, Ill-Gotten Gains. Oh, but I can just counter the Lotus Petal. Oh no, but they can let it resolve, and then they go second Ill-Gotten Gains. They float all the green, and then this Hunting Pack gets through. Can they get back multiple Lotus Petals too? They just get back Lotus Petal, Hunting Pack, and then I'm cooked? Okay, well, I guess I had to kill him. I mean, if they show Cunning Wish, then it's like fine. A Cunning Wish for bounce spell would have cooked me. It doesn't matter. Well, I guess I should have tried to kill him. Well, how likely it is that I have 1 Cunning Wish versus 1 more Ill-Gotten Gains in their thing? Or Intuition? Well, Intuition for Cunning Wish wouldn't have worked. Okay, I mean, whatever. The stupid first Cunning Wish should never resolve. I'm like in the middle of a sentence, they cast Cunning Wish, I immediately click OK. So, you know, that's on me. They have exactly enough mana to do this as well. Oh, they go black? Black? Yeah, they get their green now. Okay. Storm count 6. Triple Ig. Okay, well, I lose. Storm count 6, so they go Ig, spell. They go Ig, spell, Hunting Pack. Is 9 copies, so I can trim it down to 8 copies by plowing 1, and then plow Flag Fiction Island. Go plow 1. So it's like Ig, it's 9 copies. Ig, spell, Hunting Pack, 9 copies, and then 8. Block 1. Okay. All right. That was a mistake. It's okay. It's okay. I don't think disenchants are very good. All right. We messed up. We were mad. Should have just killed them. It felt like I was pretty strong with that strategy. I just needed to think about like more of the ways that I could beat foil. Like I should have realized that double Ill-Gotten Gains beats me. And then I have to like be like, okay, well they probably have at least 1 Ill-Gotten Gains. I guess I didn't think Ill-Gotten Gains plus Intuition, like that was like way more than I bargained for. But it's like, okay, so if I have the Cunning Wish, what happens? I counter Cunning Wish. I don't know. I'm not gonna be too upset with myself here. There's got to be nothing they can play on turn 1 that I would foil. But also, I would like to Plowshares Xanad Swarm if that's how this starts. Xanad Swarm, I have a Tog. You know about a Tog. Man, I wish they played Xanad Swarm. Okay, so lots of good candidates for Meddling Mage here. Among them are Intuition, Cunning Wish, or Brain Freeze. I think it's Cunning Wish. I can also name Orm's Chant. It's pretty good, pretty reasonable name. Orm's Chant is kind of good, but I can sort of go. They sort of go sideways. I think I'll name Cunning Wish. It just has the most utility. Because it can get additional copies of Orm's Chant, and it can also get Beast Attack. They might have moved one Beast Attack into their deck, which is, like, I think not a bad way to go. Even though it's sort of telegraphed if they have it. The big question is if we draw an island here, if we play it. I think there's a lot of upside to playing island. The other thing I have to like worry about is like if they put like if they put storm spells in their deck, then naming Cunning Wish is like less good. Right. All right. In with the mage. They cast Sleight of Hand, they pass. So that Diabolic Vision looks a little bit more mid. There's a Gush. So now if I draw an island, I am, of course, casting it. Awkward two-lander. I draw the only basic planes, but obviously it casts Meddling Mage, so that's really good. Can't complain there. Well, my opponent's casting a hard cast Deep Analysis. That's fine. Can I draw an island, please? Feeling kind of exposed right now. Put the Lotus Petal on the battlefield, makes sense. Island? Oof. Alright, well. Life is getting a little bit hard here. Am I still playing around Xanted Swarm? I also just pitched this Fact or Fiction. I'm so far away from casting it. I'm going to be like Gush Counterspell first. I also don't need an extra Counterspell. I'm not going to have quad blue before this game is over. Like, the main thing is, like, Xanted Swarm actually fully freaking cooks me, so you have to be kind of mindful of that. Hopefully their hand is all Cunning Wish, and then this game is just on easy mode, because I need all the help I can get. Deep Flashback, don't blame them. Love to flashback Deep Analysis, even if it kills me. I'm, like, literally sitting here on I have cast one spell this game. They've cast 5. I cannot draw an island to save my life. All right, now this Fact or Fiction is never getting cast, right? Or the Psychatog isn't. Psychatog no longer matters because they're at 8. Oh boy. This is just the pits. I can just cast for one beast right now and I'd be like a little cooked. At least they don't have a lot of life to play with. So they kind of, once I hit 2 more times, ooh, there's the Orm's Chant. There's the Abance. All right, Abance resolves. You can kill me now. He's like, whoa, that was easy. World is your oyster, brother. Oh, what happened? We just drew 12 cards and we didn't find 2 islands. How mad can I be about that? The start was fine. Also, it's a good thing I didn't name Orm's Chant. I was like laughing all the way to the bank that they have Abance. Maybe they just like, I like wonder what the vibe is. So it's like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna cast Abance. And then it's like, oh yeah, Abance resolves. It's like, you still have to deal with this Meddling Mage, right? Like, don't you have to deal with this Meddling Mage? Man, I wish I could have just... There should be like a rule that in sideboarding... Oh my god, how transformative would Magic be if, like, in sideboarding you're actually allowed to board in as many basic lands as you want. What's this Cabal Therapy doing? They have no creatures to sacrifice? It's just fair frontside Cabal Therapy? It's just like, I never thought I would get this far. Powder Keg! Yeah, let's go. Let's go. It's like, yeah, this is the card that beats my hunting pack. So they just have naked hunting pack here. It's just 1, 2, 3 hunting pack. They just have naked hunting pack here. It's so good. It's so good. I needed the Psychatog. It's just a bunch of dorks. Oh my god. Oh my god, I needed the Psychatog. Oh my god. No. Why did I pitch Psychatog? I should have seen Abeyance Cabal Therapy coming. Oh my god. If there's justice in this world, I'm gonna go Island Gush Psychatog here. It's happening. Well, there's the island. Am I in a hurry? Feels like I am. Oh my god, if I had this Psychatog in my hand, what was I thinking? Lanny, you have to worry about them sometimes having hunting pack, naked hunting pack into nothing. Okay, so I can plow here. Right? And then I take 12. I need the Psychatog this turn. No Tog. So I have to cast Factor Fiction. And then, but that means I can't Plowshares. So I Plowshares, take 12, play Tog, take 8. 12 plus 8. I am dead. Oh my god, I needed this. Oh my god, just get me out. I lost to 2 combo decks with my mono Counterspell card draw deck. This is just a disgrace. I need to put Abayances in my deck. Alright. What happened? Alright, let's go ahead and take a look. Esper Tog. Alright, what was I thinking? Alright. Merchant Scroll for Gush. Wasn't really it. Never put this into play. It was never relevant. I also basically didn't have 7 cards in hand. On the last game, I ended up getting mana screwed. But weirdly enough, if I countered the Abeyance, the hunting pack would have just like resolved with more storm, and then I would have been cooked. So Upheaval was awesome. So like my end game with Upheaval was awesome. I don't know, 4 Counterspell, 4 foil was cool. Factor Fiction was like, I don't know, just like, it's so funny. I'm like, oh, it digs so deep. It didn't dig as deep as I needed it to. It's really hard to diagnose here. I played against triple black mid-range. I lost to 1. Unacceptable behavior, but kind of understandable, right? Because they have card draw engines that are like, you know, capable. I could have lost to that black-white deck. I mean, I could have won game 1 against AE, and I have to imagine that I'm favored there, but it's not like I'm bringing in the best cards. Obviously, second Meddling Mage would have been good. I mean, I called it, and they brought Hunting Pack into their main deck. I didn't have Powder Keg. They got me they were able to stop Powder Keg. Cabal Therapy. I got owned by Cephalid Coliseum in 1 game, which was crazy that happened, but it's kind of fun to be like, hey, look, your opponent might sometimes have Sawbo's Web, Tangle Wire, and then your Cephalid Coliseum is tapped, and then you can't untap enough things so that you can counterspell the Tinker. Like, that's insane. I don't know. I think my conclusion is just that like counterspells are not as good as like you think they are. I mean, the whole concept of this deck is that the difference between Psychatog and Dreadnought is that Psychatog can block, right? And that means that you kind of like don't have to be worried about getting beat down by a bunch of random things. And Psychatog is like really good against red decks, right? Because they don't have hard removal. They just have damage-based removal. But then you kind of go a little deeper, and you're like, well, it's actually not that. Like Psychatog against burn, it's not like a horrible matchup, but it's not like just because you have a Psychatog they can't burn out. Like one, it only comes down on turn 3. By then you might just be dead if you're on the draw. So could we be a deck that plays 2 Upheaval's main deck and it's just like blue-black, or just plays 2 Upheaval's main deck and kind of like is just playing the Upheaval plan a little bit harder? Like maybe I just don't need to play Disenchant's main deck because I can just play Upheaval and that kind of handles any disenchantable permanents. Like the main disenchantable permanents being Oath of Druids and Phyrexian Dreadnought, which, okay, so disenchantable permanents that I really care about. Phyrexian Dreadnought, Survival of the Fittest. Disenchantable permanents that I can use Upheaval instead. Everything in Enchantress and Oath of Druids. Kind of a conundrum. I don't know. This deck felt so uncool, man. It did not feel like I was playing a good deck. That's like problem number 1. Yeah, I just didn't feel powerful. It was like kind of good to like have, you know, sit behind a bunch of counterspells against these like mid-range decks and like wait until they play something interesting, which they basically never did because they just didn't have it. But then again, there's like engines that get around counterspells. It's kind of like, yeah, you like, this is kind of a weird exposition of like why Tide in Premodern is actually interesting, because so yeah, it sucks to get tided, but the thing is, if you don't get tided, like blue control just doesn't do anything, and it's like not, there's no dynamism to the games. Like you're just kind of like, okay, well, counterspells draw cards, and like blue-white land still has always been just like super awkward in Premodern because like the linear stuff is like super good. Like, you know, this deck should, I mean, you know, maybe if I'm like playing a bunch of duresses and I'm playing stuff like duresses, like I can board in 4 duress or 4 sword Plowshares, all of a sudden my deck like, you know, looks a lot better against combo. I think that's definitely valid. But, you know, it's like Tide and Mistress Factory and, you know, that kind of balance makes blue kind of do something different that you have to, like, that's proactive, that you have to care about. And like, instead, if you just like sit and play the reactive game plan, it's like there's sort of enough tools in the format for a deck like Iggy Pop to sort of get you. And in a pretty cool way too, because they just go like, they can just advance you on your upkeep and then go for a hunting pack. It's like really sick, honestly. Iggy Pop's such a cool deck, man. I should just be playing that deck. But yeah, I don't know. Here's the downside. If you are blue, it's really awkward to not be a Dreadnought deck, because it's just like, you know, all these games are just like, okay, why am I not just like putting a Dreadnought on the battlefield, right? Like, I want to do something that's proactive, that's good, and like Psychatog is not proactive. It's just not proactive for the first, you know, 8 turns or so. You can definitely get a lethal Psychatog going like a little bit later, but for the first few turns, it's just like, you know, not an exciting proactive card. I'm like, I have been liking Psychatog more to the point that I'm like, oh, if I play Grotog again, like, you know, I think the creature Psychatog makes more sense. But yeah, it's just weird. It's like, okay, well, I don't know. It just doesn't, it's not fun. Like, I mean, it's whatever. You can define fun however you want, but it's like, it doesn't feel like you want to be control. But, you know, I'm also just like not the big control deck builder and the big control deck player. So, you know, you can take that for what it's worth. So yeah, I only was hyped when I was casting Upheaval, so I kind of want to think about that direction a little bit more, but it still feels like more of a sideboard card than a main deck card. But I like having the 1 copy main, right? Because it's just like, okay, well, this will get me out of any situation. If my opponent's just sitting there and like letting the game extend, then I've got this Upheaval endgame. It's very powerful. But yeah, I think I ran out of cards. I kind of had a feeling I was going to run out of cards because I was like, oh, you know, 4 Fact or Fiction, 4 Gush it doesn't actually really get you that deep in your deck. Like, it doesn't really keep the cards flowing as well as you would like. I think the big reason that Fact or Fiction doesn't do it is strictly because if you are playing Fact or Fiction, you need 4 lands first. So maybe it's Gush AK Intuition, and that's just like a little bit better. Or maybe we change like some of our mana sources for Sapphire Medallions, and we also play Impulse, and then our deck is like Impulse AK Fact or Fiction. Well, yeah, so we kind of move stuff around. But like try to keep the mana cost down. Fact or Fiction is it's just too much mana, right? Like I'm sitting here, I'm just like dying to cast Fact or Fiction. It's taking forever. And I think if I can cast Intuition for AK, I'm like in a little bit of a better spot. So maybe that's where I go next, but yeah, I mean, Mox Diamond, Gush, it's awesome stuff, but maybe it's not it. It's like really hard to play. Honestly, Mox Diamond makes Gush better because it's kind of weird to like be in the spot where you need your land, like if 4 lands in play, or so let's say 3 lands in play, you need a Gush, but you can't like, you need a Gush because you want to hit your land drop, but then you're gonna be like 2 lands against your opponent's 1,000,000. It's just not really good for your, you can get overwhelmed, you get caught on tempo. It's just like a lot easier when you have a 12/12 in play. But I don't know. Maybe getting away, like I think I've finally come around to that conclusion. If you can get away from Fact or Fiction, maybe your prospects like look a little bit better because you just don't have a 4 mana spell in your deck, so you can just keep things low to the ground and just be a good, strong, efficient guy. I should also mention, before somebody starts yelling at me, that there are people who play the blue-black Psychatog deck with 0 Fact or Fictions. Fun addendum. All right, thanks for watching. I didn't invent the idea of cutting Fact or Fiction. I feel like I invented the idea of cutting Duress, though. I have to like look at these deck lists and see if people are cutting Duress, because I sincerely think counterspells are better than Duresses. Like you should play like almost every card. Like I would go up to 2 Duresses, but I'm like I hate playing. I don't want to have this like black card around before I have counterspell type stuff. But I guess I'm seeing that like 8 counterspell lists are kind of popular. But yeah, so maybe like here's what's interesting: accumulated knowledge. 19 lands, some opt, Portent, of course. Sapphire Medallion instead of some lands. So it's like, yeah, I don't know. But I still have to have Mox Diamond. What if I cut 2 Mox? What if I actually play Sapphire Medallions over Mox Diamonds? Okay. All right. Now we're starting to cook. I obviously can't play white, but which sucks because Swords of Plowshares is awesome. But maybe I overrated Swords of Plowshares in this deck anyways. So I just have 2 Mox Diamonds and 1 Upheaval, so that a lot of times I have a Mox Diamond in play for Upheaval. Oh yeah, I think we're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere a little bit better. Because I can also play fewer Swamps. Play fewer Swamps, don't have to play Underground River if we play Mox Diamond, so that's still like generally speaking good. And then Sapphire Medallion kind of creates, like, Sapphire Medallions are like a super sick mana source, right? Because it's a mana source that can make 2 mana in a single turn, so that's super good. And then it's really supportive of AK. You can have this like stack of 2 mana spells and it's less crazy. And then you just have to play some mana leaks in addition to your stuff, which is like, not a big deal. All right. Maybe it's just resubmit time and I just build the blue-black medallion Tog deck with 0 Fact or Fiction right after these messages. Thanks for watching.